For example, a data team lead with a technical background, overseeing a team of data engineers, or a director of data warehousing wanting to migrate from on-premises technology to a cloud-based solution. Ideally, you're curious and want to learn. Why else would you be listening to this book? You stay current with data technologies and trends by reading books and articles on data warehousing or data lakes, batch and streaming systems, orchestration, modeling, management, analysis, developments in cloud technologies, etc. This book will help you weave what you've learned into a complete picture of data engineering across technologies and paradigms. Prerequisites. We assume a good deal of familiarity with the types of data systems found in a corporate setting. In addition, we assume that listeners have some familiarity with SQL and Python, or some other programming language, and experience with cloud services. Numerous resources are available for aspiring data engineers to practice Python and SQL. Free online resources abound. Blog posts, tutorial sites, YouTube videos, and many new Python books are published every year. The cloud provides unprecedented opportunities to get hands-on experience with data tools. We suggest that aspiring data engineers set up accounts with cloud services such as AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, Snowflake, Databricks, etc. Note that many of these platforms have free tier options, but listeners should keep a close eye on costs and work with small quantities of data and single node clusters as they study. Developing familiarity with corporate data systems outside of a corporate environment remains difficult, and this creates certain barriers for aspiring data engineers who have yet to land their first data job. This book can help. We suggest that data novices listen for high-level ideas. On a second listen, note any unfamiliar terms and technologies. You can utilize Google, Wikipedia, blog posts, YouTube videos, and vendor sites to become familiar with new terms and fill gaps in your understanding. What you'll learn and how it will improve your abilities. This book aims to help you build a solid foundation for solving real-world data engineering problems. By the end of this book, you will understand how data engineering impacts your current role, data scientist, software engineer, or data team lead, how to cut through the marketing hype and choose the right technologies, data architecture, and processes, how to use the data engineering lifecycle to design and build a robust architecture, best practices for each stage of the data lifecycle. And you will be able to incorporate data engineering principles in your current role, data scientist, analyst, software engineer, data team lead, etc. Stitch together a variety of cloud technologies to serve the needs of downstream data consumers. Assess data engineering problems with an end-to-end framework of best practices. Incorporate data governance and security across the data engineering lifecycle. Navigating this book. This book is composed of 4 parts. Part 1, Foundation and Building Blocks. Part 2, The Data Engineering Lifecycle in Depth. Part 3, Security, Privacy, and the Future of Data Engineering. Appendices A and B, covering serialization and compression and cloud networking respectively. In Part 1, we begin by defining data engineering in Chapter 1, then map out the data engineering lifecycle in Chapter 2. In Chapter 3, we discuss good architecture. In Chapter 4, we introduce a framework for choosing the right technology. While we frequently see technology and architecture conflated, these are in fact very different topics. Part 2 builds on Chapter 2 to cover the data engineering lifecycle in depth. Each lifecycle stage, data generation, storage, ingestion, transformation, and serving, is covered in its own chapter. Part 2 is arguably the heart of the book, and the other chapters exist to support the core ideas covered here. Part 3 covers additional topics. In Chapter 10, we discuss security and privacy. While security has always been an important part of the data engineering profession, it has only become more critical with the rise of for-profit